Yes, all right. Welcome back to Kosi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? And in this video, we're going to be looking at the match preview, Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur. What do we expect? Predictions and so much more. What the game means for Arsenal, what the game means for Tottenham Hotspur. A combined 11 and a couple of things like that. It's going to be one that I think is going to be very, very intensive. Jose Mourinho, Mikel Arteta. One game that I think is going to be to decide the fate of Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know whether our fate as Arsenal this season has been decided. It's game week 28, and literally have 10 games to go. Can we still have anything to do with top four, top six, top eight? I'm not sure. But what I think it's a very game, it's a very important game for Spurs, and that's what we're going to be concentrating on today. Is Spurs in the right position to come to the Emirates Stadium and get 3 points? Smash the like button and get your subscriptions in, because we're going to be discussing much more about this game. First and foremost, if you look at some of the 5 points, some of the five key points that this game actually shares. One, Arsenal are winless in their last 5 meetings with Tottenham Hotspur in all competitions, drawing two and losing three. They have never gone six without a win against their North London rivals before. So, of course, if you ask any Arsenal fan when we last beat Spurs, it's taken some time now, because this season they have already beaten us in the first leg 2-0. Of course, a performance that was not so good. They also beat us last season, towards the end, after the COVID-19 lockdown, and in the last 5 games we have not actually won a game against Spurs. It's interesting, and again, with Jose Mourinho in charge, I don't see us getting another win, but you never know. That's one of the points. The other thing to take note is Tottenham are looking for to win their 3 consecutive league games against Arsenal for the first time since October 1974, while the victory at the Emirates Stadium would give them their first league double over the Gunners since 1992. 1993. So they've not beaten us at home, 3 times consecutively, and ever since 74. But they have also not beaten us, twice in a league. That is home and away in a league ever since 92, 93. So probably we could have, a record to fight for. Arsenal have lost just 2 of their last 35 home games against Spurs. Wow. This is winning 19, drawing 14, going down 1-3 in May 1993 and 2-3 in November 2010. So we've only lost to Spurs at the Emirates Stadium or at home in November 1993 and as well in 2010. That really makes a lot of sense. Probably we have had some good statistics at home against Spurs. Only Everton versus Liverpool 24 has finished as a draw more often than Arsenal. Tottenham in the Premier League history 23. Meanwhile, the North London derby has seen both teams find the net more often than any other fixture in the Premier League, 38 games. And this is one of the things I really know about this game. It gives you goals. There are no questions about that. It gives you goals. It gives you goals. It gives you goals. And I expect more and more goals, in this one and in this one still. Arsenal have lost just one of their last 7 games. Actually, have lost one of their last 7 home games. 1-3, drawn 3. Though this was in their last such game against Manchester City. The Gunners have lost 5 home league games already this season. Last losing more in a single campaign back in 1994, 1995. So you could see the statistics do speak for themselves. Arsenal could win this. Tottenham Hotspur could actually win this. If we go to the table and see where we are, Spurs are actually 45 points. On the table, 27 games, they have 45 points, and Arsenal have 38 points in 27 games. So you could see, however much we are in position 10, if we got another 20 points, our maximum would be 58 points. This is going to be the season where we have finished with the least number of points. It's already confirmed, no questions about that. It's not going to be something easy or something good for Mikel Arteta and the team, but I look at this as a game that Spurs need more. I look at this as a game that Spurs will be on pressure to win. rather than Arsenal, because I think much as our job is done in the Europa League, beating Olympiacos, and now we are waiting for who we are going to draw in the quarterfinals. But I look at it as a game that Spurs is going to fight so hard to win, because if they win it, they're going to they'll go to 48 points, and that means they'll be they'll be tied on the same number of points with West Ham, and just 2 points behind Chelsea, who are fourth. Jose Mourinho wants top four, and I think he can get it if Leicester City continue not to win games, and then West Ham also continue not to win games. I think Tottenham Hotspur can get top four, but of course it's not going to be something very, very easy in that regard. Now, tactically, what I expect out of this game is something that everybody expects. I think Arsenal is going to have that possession. I don't think Jose Mourinho's side is going to come dominate us at the Emirates Stadium and do all the nice things on the ball. I don't see that happen. What I think is Spurs are going to play a low block. They're going to sit back. They will wait for Arsenal, whether in the 80s or the 70s, when we are sleeping, or when our back line is a little bit disjointed. Create one or two chances, and then they score. I think that is what Jose Mourinho is actually going to be looking for in this game. On the other side, I think Mikel Arteta might not want to draw this game. He might not want to lose it. He might actually put everything on the table, like I said, against Olympiacos at the Emirates Stadium in the middle of the week. I don't think it's a game that's going to have a lot of intensity, unless if Olympiacos score 2 goals in the first half, something that I don't see happening unless we are going to have a very, very poor poor game management. But I think it's going to be a very easy game for us to manage. So I think Arteta is going to put everything, and we should put out everything. I think if you're gonna beat Spurs this season, try to threaten them. If you are a threat, they'll get threatened. But if we go out there and treat Spurs with a lot of respect, we might actually not beat them. And if you remember my predicted lineup, which I do not know if I can actually provide right now, no, I can't. But I did say that Partey and Xhaka and Emile Smith-Rowe should actually be in the midfield, just to try to suffocate Ndombele, suffocate Holberg, and suffocate Lo Celso or Mola, or whoever is going to be in that midfield. As long as you can cut the supply to Kane, cut the supply to Heung-min Son, you're gonna beat Spurs, and that's how you beat Spurs. They're a Hurricane team. They're a Heung-min Son team. As long as you cut those two, and suffocate their midfield, you've literally beaten, Jose Mourinho. Of course, it's not something easy. I'm saying it, and it sounds so easy, but it isn't easy. Like you're not just going to go out there and suffocate Spurs, or because really they have a very good midfield. They can play football, and they're also very good at the break. They can run into spaces. They can run in behind. So it's not going to be an easy one. But I still think Arsenal can get a result like 1-1 or 2-2. It rains goals. It really rains goals. And I think if Arsenal take their chances, it's going to be 2 goals for Arsenal. And Spurs will take their chances. Of course, they do. Hurricane is that clinical, and they're on fire. And I think it's going to be something like a 2-2. My combined 11, this one, and I should actually make a combined 11 because it is something that many people think should be done on big games. And I think Arsenal and Spurs, the level of quality Spurs have is a little bit ahead of us, but there are some positions where I think there's a lot of contention. For example, Højbjerg and Partey, Ndombele, in the midfield. I think maybe you could say Saka and Bell. There's so many positions where I think Arsenal and Spurs could actually have a fight in a combined 11, and that's what we're going to look at now. Let's just go down into the combined 11 and see what these two teams could actually offer each other in terms of competition. In goal, I'm going to go with Bernd Leno instead of Hugo Lloris. I just like Leno. I do like Lloris because I did support him, in France and so on. But I think I'll go with Leno. I don't know what you guys think. Share with me your opinion. Of course, not because you're Arsenal fans. If there is a Tottenham Hotspur fan or any other club supporter, please do tell us. Now, in the centre back partnership, this way I tell you, Mikel Arteta has failed to find a consistent centre back partnership. He uses different pairings in different games, but I think I'll go with um, Toby. I think Toby Alderweireld is. I don't want. Okay, so I'll go with Toby Alderweireld, Tottenham Hotspur, um, and David Lowy. I'll go with those two in the centre back. No, 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 no. Okay, this is it. So we go with David Lowy um, in the centre back partnership or pairing with Toby Alderweireld. I think that will be a little bit of justice. Although I don't think he is the better defender at Arsenal, but just because we have not had many we have not had another player who has had as who's been as consistent as he is. I'm going to go with David Lowy. I don't know why his picture is not showing up. Um, Here we go. David Lowy, Arsenal centre back. So in my combined 11, I think Alderweireld and Lowy, could partner together. I think in the right back, it's just as obvious as is Sergio Aurier, Spurs. There's no contention about that. Even if it's Matt Doherty, I think Spurs still take the place. Kian Tierney for me comes in. Right. In the left back, I think we'll go with Kian Tierney. And look, there is a lot of competition here still, because again, again, Regulon is such a bowler, such a bullet for Spurs, especially when he's fit and he's having one of the best days. But I'm going with Kian Tierney, no questions about that. I have to play Thomas Partey in the midfield, no questions about that. There are no questions about that. And then we play Ndombele. We shall actually play Ndombele in the midfield as well. I don't know why they do not show his Ndombele. Why the fuck? Why didn't they say? Okay, I think it's going to be Ndombele and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't remember Ndombele's other name, and I'll need it if I'm going to fit in him here. But I think Ndombele qualifies. He comes ahead of Sissoko. He comes ahead of Granit Xhaka, and any other player, Ceballos and so on. So I think actually I think he's called Tango Ndombele or Tangoy, something like that. Tango Ndombele. So I'll try to get his name there. Tango. Okay, actually, it's called Tangai Ndombele. Yeah, so that is it. Højbjerg, Partey, and Ndombele. I think that's the midfield. I think the two Spurs boys have really had a nasty this season, and then Thomas Partey, really with his quality, automatically comes in into that starting lineup. Now the front three, this is where a lot of problems come in, because I think, look, if I'm going to go with Son, Ken, and Bell, it's going to be a little bit unfair to Bukayo Saka. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop Bell because he's not been as consistent as he is right now the whole season. So I'll go with Son. I'll go with Heung-min Son. I pray that name comes out actually, because I'm really terrible with spelling names. Hugh Ming, actually Ming Son. How do you write this name? Heung-min Son. I'll try to get it. Okay, just can't get Heung-min Son. But okay, first I'll go with Saka because he has an easier name, and I think you would go with Saka. Everybody would go with Saka on the left because I think Son would be playing on the right, and then the striker is Ken. There are no questions about that. He's been the better striker of Aubameyang and Lacazette and the other players like Vinicius not Vinicius but um, at Spurs. So then Son, but how do I write Heung-min Son? It's just crazy. Let me just try type in my phone how you write Heung-min Son because I just can't believe I don't know how to write it. So I go with okay. Let's say Hugh. Let's say Son. Actually, his son. Okay, I got it. Son Hugh. Wow, this is a name. This is a name, isn't it? Okay, so Human Song occupies there. So I think just to be precise, that would be the combined 11 with Son, whose name is actually playing with with my with me. But I think that would be the combined 11, and my prediction, like I say, it would be a 2-2. I would expect it to rain goals. But like I say, in the statistics, there are not so many games that actually give you goals like Arsenal and Spurs. So probably that is it. That is it for me. That is what I think about this game, and that is my match preview. But you can actually share with me your prediction in this one. Mine is a 2-2. You can tell me what you think about the game, and have a nice day.